Ladies and gents, hello. Today I'm gonna be playing a combination between Amazement and Labrynth. This is a pretty interesting idea that I had for a long time, but I had a very tough time combining the two archetypes until I figured it out. As you can see, the deck is just mostly Labrynth. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit in many Amazement cards here. We've got basically 2 copies of Comica, 3 copies of the Arlecchino, and 2 copies of each of the good trap cards. There are 3 of them in total, and the rest is just Labrynth cards and staples. And as you can see, I'm not playing any toxic trap cards. I gave up on the D-Barrier, Eradicator, and the 5 Rainbow Magician. We're not playing any floodgates in this deck. As of the Amazement cards, we play 2 copies Comica, a playset of the Arlecchino, 2 copies of the Psycho Coaster, 2 copies of Horror House, and 2 copies of True Train. This is a removal for the deck. This is a monster effect negation. I mean, it depends on what you equip them to, but typically it's that. And the Psycho Coaster basically allows you to add an Amazement monster or a spare trap card or something. And also target one spare trap card your opponent controls, send them to the graveyard, which is the removal of the deck in a way, but it's better to use it just to add something to the hand. And obviously we're playing the 2 copies of Comica to set something from the deck, and it's actually our additional normal summon. And if we don't have the Ariana, we just normal summon the Comica. That's why we play 2 copies of it. The most important Amazement monster is gonna be Arlecchino. This card is basically a free special summon the majority of times, and it also has the ability to equip an Amazement card onto our opponent from the deck, which gives us an additional interruption, and it's really beneficial for us. And in total we have 6 targets. Now unfortunately I wasn't able to play any more Amazement cards because I just didn't have the space to fit them into the deck. Obviously I wanted to play something like the Abomination Arlecchino, also play the Family Faces, but unfortunately we just don't have that much space, and the deck isn't actually that good if you decide to play something like Family Faces or the Abomination Arlecchino, because it's a little difficult to actually use them, because this version of Arlecchino requires you to have an Amazement monster in order to space summon it to the field, and we only have like 5 of them, which is not very good. Also, the Family Faces requires you to already have equipped a trap card onto your opponent monster, an Amazement trap card that is, and we have 6 copies of them in total in the deck, so it's not really that good. For that reason I decided to add the Amazement cards as an additional engine, a big one, compared to just making a full-on version of the deck, a core of the deck, because there's not really that much space left. Oh, and I forgot to mention I played 3 copies of Time Ticket. This is a searcher for the deck. It is basically 3 more copies of Arlecchino 99% of the times, or sometimes you just search out a copy of the Comica to normal summon. It is particularly amazing when you search out Arlecchino, because then you can activate a trap card and you can space summon to the field as the additional interruption. As of the extra deck, we're just playing generic stuff. We've got the Chaos Engine, we've got the Gigantic Sprite and the Downward Magician with the Zeus, and also the Baguska in there just for whatever reason. You don't really need it that much, but you need to play something in the extra deck. 1 copy Phoenix, 1 copy Dark, 1 copy Sprite of 2 copies Macracker, 1 copy Unicorn, 1 copy Celine, 1 copy of the Nightmare Griffin, which is not a necessity, but it comes up like once in 10 games, and it's kind of useful to just somewhat floodgate your opponent in a way. Also 1 copy of the Axis Code, 1 copy of the Goddess. The deck doesn't really use the extra deck monsters. It is better to keep the main deck ones on the field because they have pretty good effects, but that was it for the deck profile. Now let's get into the gameplay and see how the deck performs. Okay, activating the effect of Assault Beast. He's playing Assault mode, alright. Search out a copy of the Assault mode, activate. Now activating the effect of the Fire Formation Tanky, alright. And searching out a copy of the Assault Sentinel. Wait, he's playing a big Assault Engine? That's interesting. Normal summoning the Assault Sentinel. And now he probably needs to trigger it to actually trigger the effect of it. So might as well just go for the Arias here. And I'm gonna be setting to the field the Daruma Karma, which is probably gonna stop his turn, Okay, now we set the Daruma Karma, and from here we gotta activate the effect of it immediately. So he doesn't have a normal summon available, so that means he cannot tribute this, and I don't think he can really do much more than that. I might be wrong here, but I think this is the line of play. Okay, yeah, that's the line of play. He literally had nothing else. Sure, that's a little awkward, but fine. Well, in that case, let's just start off by normal summoning my Comica, activate the effect. I'm gonna be sitting to the field the Attraction Trap card. Let's go for the True Train because it's a popping effect. Now let's set also 3 more back row to the field, and I'm gonna be proceeding to the battle phase. Actually, do I set the rollback? I think I do. He will probably have a trap card or 2 which I can use or something. Let's deal with his Assault Sentinel here, and I'm gonna be passing turn with just that. I don't have anything else, and this is really just a control deck, guys. I cannot really do that much. Okay, specimen to the field the Unicorn. Well, I could go for the popping effect immediately here. Do I remove it or do I go for the popping? I think I remove it with the Big Welcome, actually. Let's just go Big Welcome as my first play here. Chaining Max to it. Sure, I cannot do anything about that, but I can activate the effect of the Arias to space summon it to the field. So he made a small misplay here, by the way. Now I'm gonna go activate the Psycho Coaster here. And I'm gonna be equipping it onto the Unicorn, and now we gotta be really careful with the auto button here. Special summon the lovely Labrynth, one of the 2 boss monsters of the deck, and return to the hand. I think the Comica is the target because that will be an additional value. And now let's activate the effect of the lovely Actually, he activates the effect of Unicorn, chaining 2 lovely Labrynth. I'm gonna be popping the Unicorn here, and I'm gonna go chaining 3, activate the Psycho Coaster to search out a copy of the Arlecchino. And the idea is that I just pop the Unicorn because that will limit him with 2 less barriers. bodies because he's gonna search out a copy of the board, which is annoying. On top of that, he's gonna be able to use the unicorn for something anyways, so I really don't want to give him 2 extra bodies, you know. I want to keep him without any bodies. Now he's gonna use the effect of it, but I really don't have anything useful in the extra deck. Okay, banishing the Underworld Goddess, that is a fine choice actually. I think this is one of the better choices. Another unicorn to the field. Well, I could go for the Through Train again. Now that I think about it, it's a good idea. Let's activate the Through Train. And by the way, when you're playing Amazement, keep in mind you gotta activate the respawn button to on, because the majority of times when you equip, you're not actually gonna be able to use the effect of it immediately. You're gonna miss the timing, so you gotta activate the button on. I don't know what the button is, the response button or something, I don't know what it's called, and you just gotta activate the secondary effect as well. Passing turn. Well, we had an additional interruption with the Arlecchino as well, and I'm probably gonna go for it right now here. I'm just gonna activate it, equip a card onto the unicorn, and that will allow me to just get additional value. Actually, no. Let's activate the big welcome, just return the unicorn to the hand. Seems like the best option, you know. Just scoop the game. Okay, so that was pretty good actually. Pretty well controlled game here. 2 unicorns couldn't do a thing. Okay, normal summoning life to an activating effect. It's probably gonna be Sprite or something. Yes, space summoning to the field Lila. Let's see what he does from here. Also activating the effect of the Light Wind Sunny. Okay, that's gonna be an additional body, I guess. I think it's a good point to negate him right now. Let's just go for the set to the field of the Daruma Karma. And I'm gonna be activating the effect of it immediately here, which means if he has any Sprite monsters, he's not gonna be able to space summon them. Also not gonna be able to link off, and that's a good interruption. Turn 0, I guess. Yep, that is gonna be it. Passing turn. Okay, so far so good. Ariana is actually a good top deck. Let's go normal summon the Ariana, activate the effect. We're gonna search out a copy of a Kuklak, I guess. Chaining effect viewer to negate it. Well, sure, that's pretty good for him, I guess. But we get an additional body. Let's go Arias now, space someone to the field. And also let's go chaining through the amazing ticket anyways, just to get access to the Arlecchino here. Chaining Ice Blossom to it. Well, okay, he has a couple of thousand interruptions, millions, sure. That's -2, it's not that bad. Okay, well, now we're gonna go with Yarias here, activate the effect. We're gonna be sending it to the graveyard in order to special summon to the field or set the welcome Labrynth. I'm not really sure. I guess we can just special summon to the field of the Labrynth. Yeah, it seems like a nice option. We can just reset the Daruma Karma as well, which is particularly nice, which is gonna stop his place 99%, I'm sure. And he just cooled the game. Okay, that was a pretty cool control game. Didn't even get access to the most of the Amazement cards, but we just clapped his cheeks real quick. Okay, activating Wanted, and I'm playing against Snake Eye. Woohoo! Yay, pitching Mikanku Dance. Actually, I might not be playing against Snake Eyes, believe it or not. That might be actually Infernoble Knight here. Set to the field the original Sinful Spoils. Alright. Now normal summoning Mikanku, Huli, the Duel, Mikanku activating effect, getting rid of it. Space summoning to the field, the Infernoble Knight, Rick something, and now he's gonna go for the Infernoble Knight combos, which are like 20 hours. Why are you going for a synchro play? What is happening here? He's cooking something, activating now the effect of it, return to go for a level 9. Power 2 Braver Dragon. Oh wow. Metal Silver, Infernoble Knight, Durandal, and also double-edged sword. Sure, activate the effect of the Durandal now. Search out a copy of Sublimation Knight, which is actually gonna start his place now for the Infernoble Knight cards. This guy has been cooking. Okay, that's an interesting start. Best summon to the field the, what was it, the Sublimation Knight, and now he's only walked into Fire Monsters. Sending to the field the Fire Friend Lady. Wait, what? You could have went for Squee Knight and get an additional Space Summon to go for his Zodi. I don't know what you're doing here. Activate also the Mikanku card, sure. Usually people play Sublimation Knight with Squee Knight. I don't know why he's not playing it. Search out a copy of Hare as well, which is a, you know, a royal rare. Pitching the Squee Knight in his hand. Dude, you could have equipped it from the hand despite that. Why didn't you do that? Oh, he messed up very badly. Activating the Great Mikanku Dance, but he's still gonna get an additional body, you know. Summoning the Alchemy to the field with the beautiful animation. Activate now the effect of the Great Mikanku Dance. Send it to the graveyard the Mikanku Water Rescue. Activating the secondary effect of the Alchemy. Equipping it onto itself. Activating now the effect special on Mikanku monster. Yep, bringing back to the field the Hare, which is a warrior monster. Now he can go for the Zodi. Let's just skip to the part where this is over because it's gonna take a really long time, guys.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, he has a pretty decent board here. Actually, pretty good board. I just don't really have that many plays. Let's activate the Labrynth here. Now let's normal summon the Ariana to the field, activate the effect of it as well. Search out a copy of Kuklak. Please don't negate that. Okay, he didn't negate it, sure. Okay, let's go Kuklak, and we're gonna be able to activate also the big welcome Labrynth, which is my best option right now, by the way. This is just my only hope here. Best summon to the field, the lovely Labrynth, and also I'm gonna return the Ariana, and I'm gonna be able to pop something off of the effect of the Labrynth. So I'm gonna deal with, I guess, the Power 2 Braver Dragon because it's a negation in a way. Maybe that's like a decent option to get rid of, right? Okay, that's so far so good. Now let's activate the effect of the lovely Labrynth here. Also chaining the effect of the Promethean Princess. Alright, sure. Also changing the effect of the Mikanko rivalry. Chill, dude, chill. Yep, equipping the, what was it, the Angelica's ring, which is gonna give him an additional negation here. And I can actually destroy the Angelica's ring right now, which is really good actually. So we're gonna deal with that. That's about as good as it gets for now. By the way, unironically, that is only what I can do here. And now I'm gonna have to pass turn. Okay, activating also the Immortal Phoenix. Yeah, that is GG. Sure. Well, he just had too crazy of a cannon. I'm going second. What am I supposed to do?